Hello students and welcome. Today we will learn about the causes and effects of the American Revolution. Objective number 1. Organize the information into a sketchnote about the American Revolution. 2. Analyze how the ideas of the Enlightenment appeared in the revolutionary processes of late 18th century and early 19th century, considering the American Revolution. The American Revolution, also known as Independence of the USA. Original 13 colonies. The 13 American colonies which became independent from the British Empire were the following: New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. The American Revolution. Definition: between 1776 and 1783, 13 British colonies settled in the Atlantic shores of North America began a movement in order to become independent from the British Empire. Background: the 13 original colonies settled from 1637 in Virginia to 1773 in Georgia in the Atlantic shore of North America. Religious hunting and high taxes. Puritanism, Protestantism, Presbyterians. This led to an immigration to North America. Characteristics of the colonies. Colonies from North, mainly focused on trade, industry, and crops of small plots of land. Calvinism was the dominant religion. They had managed to establish democratic governments. Thinking development with Harvard and Yale University. Philadelphia and New York stood out. Colonies from South developed predominantly the agriculture, cotton, tobacco, and rice. African slaves were the ones who worked the lands. Anglicanism was the dominant religion. Conservative and traditionalist landowner aristocracy. Their organization was similar to the one from the colonies up north. Causes of the independence of the 13 colonies. Number 1. Get free from the domain of England in order to achieve political autonomy. 2. Encourage the development of capitalism in North America. Emergence of industries is forbidden. 3. Enlightenment influence. Man's natural rights. 4. Establishment of damaging taxes to the colony's bourgeoisie. And 5. Severe crisis of the English economy occurred due to its intervention in the 7 Years' War. Causes of the independence of the 13 colonies. They were mainly economical and political. Economical. Imposition of new taxes to all the colonies in order to finance the wars England had. Prohibition to the colonies to freely dispose their natural resources. Prohibition to the colonies to export products which competed to the ones manufactured in England. Political. Inequality of the colonists' political rights in comparison to the Englishmen. They had no representation in the British Parliament. Big thinkers as Thomas Jefferson, Thomas Paine, and Benjamin Franklin gave political education to the people with an anti-colonial consciousness. Revolutionary process. 1765, Stamp Act. 1767, the Sugar Act. 1773, Boston Tea Party. 1774, we have the First Continental Congress in Philadelphia. 1775, the Battle of Lexington. And finally, the Second Continental Congress, also in Philadelphia. The American Revolutionary War. 1776, we have the Second Continental Congress with the Declaration of Independence and the Siege of Boston. 1777, Battles of Saratoga. 1778, Benjamin Franklin received military backup from France, Spain, and Netherlands. 1781, the Siege of Yorktown. 1783, the Treaties of Versailles. 1787, George Washington approved U.S. Constitution. Consequences of the American Revolution. First case in history of an independent colony. It served as an inspiration for the French Revolution and the independence processes in Latin America. First ever written constitution was published. Bourgeoisie began to lead a modern class society. Expansionism of the US starts. Consequences of the American Revolution. Republican ideas were materialized through Enlightenment. First ever successful independence process. Individual political rights are reaffirmed. The political role of the bourgeoisie grew stronger. The ideal of a constitution was materialized. A new territorial system was established, the federal state, under a republican regime. And finally, it motivates the independent processes in Latin America, including Chile. The American Revolution. Causes. Discomfort of colonists. Without representation in the British Parliament, taxes and a monopoly is imposed. Enlightenment influence. Development of facts. Monopoly trading of tea to a British company. The Tea Party in 1773. Declaration of Independence in 1776. Revolutionary War from 1776 to 1783. And finally, the acknowledgement of US independence in 1783. Constitution, which brought the vote, separation of powers, federal republic, and finally the Bill of Rights. Consequences. First ever written constitution. First ever liberal revolution. First ever independence process. And finally this led to a world leading nation that was born, that is to say the USA. Here we have a vocabulary bank you can use in order to create your sketchnote. American Revolution. Causes and effects. Enlightenment. Enlightenment ideas. 18th century and 19th century. Colony. Colonies. Colonist. Became independent. Present and past. Tax. Taxes. Taxation. Atlantic shore. Trade. Industry. Get free from England. Capitalism. Bourgeoisie. Crisis of English economy. Independent colony. Inspiration for other revolutions. First ever written constitution. Expansionism. Modern class society. Continental Congress. Revolutionary War and revolutionary process. Now you are ready to create your sketchnote. See you soon.